Greetings, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to look at hiring candidates for your company. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training in Japanese, is Training de Okane o Muru ni suru no wa yamimashou. And all of my books are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oishia Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 533. Today, we're talking about selling you and your firm to job candidates. Once upon a time in Japan, there would be a thick pile of resumes sitting on your desk for you to go through and select the new potential hires for interview. You conduct rounds of meetings, put them to the test in certain skill sets, and then make a studied decision to bring on board the best person. They were nervous, and you had all the power in the discussion. They were selling you on them and why they should be selected. Those fond memories of days gone by. Today, unless you are some mega firm in Japan, highly attractive job candidates, you're unlikely to be getting many resumes at all, and the quality is usually not that great. Instantly, you are in a bad place because your selection horizon is limited and the scope is narrow. The other interesting thing is that candidates cancel the meetings with barely any notice, or don't even bother to show up, or do show up and try and auction the process so they can get more dough somewhere else. Many bosses come up through the ranks from technical backgrounds or through the finance route. Not that many leaders or hiring staff have come up through sales. What we have here now is a mismatch between the hiring person who needs to sell the candidate on their firm and that person's skill set. For many in the hiring process, the idea that they would have to sell in itself is an anathema. They look down their noses at sales and protest that they are professionals, not used car salespeople. This is a good thing. It means those of us who know what we are doing and understand how to sell the candidates on the company are going to monopolize the minuscule hiring funnel that comes our way. So, how do we sell the candidate on joining our happy band of professionals? If you have piles of money, then throw piles of money at the problem and you are done. If that isn't you, then let's see what we can do. You as the boss should meet them in the first interview and in the last interview. Wait a minute, buddy. I am a high-powered executive and I don't have that sort of time to be running around meeting job candidates. Quite correct. And the chances are that your firm is in the throw piles of money at the problem category, so you can relax and get back to drowning in your email inbox. For everyone else, meet them and control the image of the brand and the firm. Meeting the boss in one company and just meeting some parachick in a rival company is a totally different value equation. First, we have to work on first impressions. Your office may not be gorgeous, but you can be gorgeous. I don't mean you have to be handsome or beautiful, although in life, that does seem to help. Even if you are not a stunner, your way of greeting the candidates can be stunning. Sounds ridiculous to say this, but greet them with a warm smile and friendly eyes. Take your time shaking hands or bowing at that first greeting. Absolutely don't be in a rush to get down to business. They will be nervous being in a strange environment, meeting someone they don't know. So we need to take our time and help them to relax. We never wear jackets in the interviews so that we appear less fearsome and intimidating. Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do these in both Japanese and English. We do them face-to-face in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. The show today is being brought to you by, on the 26th and 27th of September, our High Impact Presentations course in English. I'm teaching this one. It's going to be awesome, so please join us. On the 12th and 13th of October, we'll do the same course again, High Impact Presentations, this time in Japanese. On the 13th of October, we'll be doing a Dale Carnegie course. It'll be the online version of that. On the 10th of November, we'll do our 3-day version of our Leadership Training for Managers program. Go to our website at www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni Sunu wa Yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from small and medium enterprises all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Engage them in some small talk at the start and get a sense of how nervous they are, how they come across as a communicator, and how they manage their own first impression with us. Explain how many rounds of interviews there are and what are the stages if they progress through the different interviews. In our case, we do 3, with me being the first and last interviewer. Most Japanese candidates are not very good at being interviewed, so I've found that getting them to relax is vital so that who they are can be found more easily. I always tell the candidates that in this first round interview, there won't be any hard or tricky questions. I note that it will be a conversation. We will just go through their resume to get a sense of what they've done. So they should relax and know this will be the easiest interview they have ever done. And it will be. I use the first interview as a screening process to see if we want to have a more detailed conversation later. I also tell them that we will talk money in the third round, so I take that topic off the table immediately. Now, they have to invest in this process to find out how much money they can make here, rather than just trying to leverage the interview against another firm they're already talking to in the background. After going through their resume and finding out a lot more about what they have done and the reasons behind the choices they have made, I will have a strong idea whether there will be a further round or not. At this point in the process, if I think I want them on board, I start the sales push for why they should join. I talk a lot about our positive, supportive culture and our values. In our case, we try to avoid overtime so that our team members can have a good balance between work and non-work hours. I tell them that if they tell me they want to take 3 weeks off in a row, that's terrific. and we're happy for them to do that. We encourage our people to take all of their leave, and long breaks are not an issue. I explain that our success is based on their success and that we are here to help them progress in their careers. I explain that my job is to make them happy. If they are happy, our colleagues and clients will be happy. We then invite their questions. The whole thrust is about how we can help them achieve their aspirations, and I don't talk about what we want from them for the company. That conversation can come later in the process after they've become more invested in working with us. We don't want to scare them off by going hard on what we want too early. The second round is done by a senior person from my team who's Japanese so that they can relax with them. They are also on a full charm offensive with the candidate as well. Depending on the task they'll be doing, we will do any skill testing at this point. If they get through to the last round, I sell them on the package they will receive working with us, especially emphasizing the large amount of training they will get. Money is an important factor, but not the only factor. Flexibility, culture, work atmosphere, training, coaching, development are all key points of interest for the candidates. Even if they don't join us, their experience of our firm throughout the interview process has been very friendly and supportive. They leave with a very good impression of us and our brand. If they join, they find that everything we told them was true, and they can trust our firm to do the right thing for the team members. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.